This wedge has the most loft I've ever seen on a golf club, but will it help or is it a gimmick? Today we're going to find out. So the wedge in question is this one, the PGM wedge, the G1, and it has an amazing 72 degrees of loft on it. Now, I found this thing on Amazon when I was having one of my scrolls through the golf section there, and I have to stop and think, 72, is that, firstly, is that real? Is that legit? And why would you need a 72? But when you actually read some of the spiel that it says about this wedge, maybe it could be the one that should be going in your bag. I'm going to read to you the description that this wedge comes with when you buy it from Amazon. The brand is actually Meme. Will this wedge end up actually being a meme at some point? But here's what it says. 72 degrees of loft, pop the ball high with no effort. No special swing technique required. Clip it cleanly off tight lies. Hit impressive soaring flop shots with ease. The golf sand wedge can increase the spring effect and is not easy to let the pole head fall into the sand pile. Yeah. In effect, what it's saying there is that this golf club, the lob shot that we want to try and play those high soaring, sexy, cool shots, becomes very easy with this club because A, we don't need a special technique, so you don't need to do anything weird and wonderful trying to open your stance up, cut across it. You can just adopt a normal golf swing and the loft of the golf club should do the work for you. Then also out of the bunkers, again, we don't have to do anything like open the body up, feel like we're swinging across it, because the loft is going to do everything for us. But for me, the lob wedge is a hard club to hit, and I think a lot of amateurs overuse it and don't use it correctly. So is this going to be even harder to use? We're going to put it through some tests today. I want to see what it's like chipping around the greens. I want to see what it's like actually on a full shot as well, because at 72 degrees, is it going to go about 40 yards? Maybe, roughly 40 yards. Yeah, it should be about right, because my 60 goes 90, so a 40-yard club, do you actually need one of those in the bag? I want to see what it's like out of the bunkers. I just want to see what it's like overall, and I also want to see what it's like hitting a flop shot with it. Stay tuned to the end because we've got a nice little challenge for that one. But let's have a chip around the greens. Let's see what this PGM is all about. 72 degrees. Wow. Let's get stuck in. The first thing when I put this in behind the golf ball, before I even hit a shot, one, the head looks a lot bigger because as it lies to the ground, 72 degrees, there's not much clearance between like the back of the golf club and actually the ground, so it's almost laid flat, so it looks like a lot bigger head. And then two, because it is like, the face looks as if it's literally looking back up at my face, I almost feel like if I put any speed into this shot, that ball's actually going to come up and hit me. I feel like I almost need to wear something protective on my face to make sure there's no injuries sustained during this video, but that is weird. But let's have a little chip. That's not gonna... How hard am I gonna have to hit a little chip here? We'll soon find out. Shot one. Oh my God. If I would have played that with my 60, that's pitching on the green and like getting close. It literally just went up. That's mental. Right, you're gonna have to hit this thing hard. Let's have a couple more. Just goes up in the air. It's mad. Flushed it, pin eye. Caught that clean because I backed out of it. You can't swing a chip or a pitch further than that. That's going to cause so many problems for amateurs. So I've had a chip there with this PGM 72 degree wedge, and I have to say it's crazy. Like the concept, I'm around the green, maybe 5 or 6 paces off, 10 paces for the longest shot from the flag. And the swing length, you have to swing it so long to get it moving forwards. All it does is go up. And that's a big issue for me, because when I think of when I coach people who are using a 60-degree wedge, we're very quick to pull them out as amateurs. And I think one of the big issues is we don't understand with a 60 how much speed and how long the swing has to be to actually get it going forwards because of the loft. Throw another 12 degrees of loft on there and it becomes a big issue. For me, someone who's, you know, okay at golf, has a 60 in the bag and uses it to chip. My brain, when I was getting up to, you know, half a swing, 3/4 of a swing for a, you know, a 10-yard shot, was just saying you're going too far and like wanting to back out and slow down, quit on it, which is where I see the issue with that 60-degree wedge. A lot of uncommitted quitting swings. So for chipping round the greens, it's just a big no. Like, there's not a scenario where a 60 isn't gonna do it for you. Like, I don't think your average amateur is gonna have the confidence to stand up, have a 20-yard flop shot and go full pelt, full swing with one of these. So round the greens, I would say it's, for me, it's a bit redundant. It's too hard to use almost. That being said, will it actually help out of the bunkers? If we're going to make a full swing at it and we are going to impact the sand, will it pop it out of there? Let's give it a go. Let's hit 4 or 5 shots around the greens out of the bunkers and see what it's like. But it takes some getting used to, I'll tell you that. Your head's got to be in it to use one of these things. So we're going to try it out of the bunkers. I'm going to try sort of a semi-plugged lie and a nice lie. We've got a few different bunkers that will go in out of varying different heights of lip to see how easy it actually is to pop it up. They're getting higher as we go around. So good thing, like I said earlier, is that we don't have to adopt any crazy technique. Normally if I was playing a bunker shot, I would maybe open it up. If I was trying to hit that really high soft bunker shot, I would try and feel like I was cutting across it. As well with this, it's saying don't open the face, don't do anything differently, just address it like you would do a normal swing. Obviously going to have my weight forwards, but other than that, just let the loft do the work. So for me now, is it a full swing? That's again that where straight away I'm questioning, knowing how far it went with the chips, with half swings. I'm going to be impacting the sand, so that's going to get caught in between the ball. I'm going to have to make a full swing here, I think. But at the same time, my brain's saying you don't need one. So it's already a strange concept, but let's see what it's got. That's mad. It's just popped it out absolutely perfectly. I would say that was a success, number one. Let's go slightly plugged lie here. Same again. Normal stance, wait a tiny bit forward and just make that normal golf swing. Oh wow, that has just popped up nice and soft. That is, yeah, that's good. That's good from there. The commitment issue is my only thing that's playing on my mind at the moment. So we've come a little further back now. Again, this is where the lip gets a little bit higher, so I know loft ain't going to be an issue for me because it is popping out really nicely. It's that distance, because again, here if you were using a 60-degree wedge, I've seen that even when I'm chipping it off grass from this distance, it was hard to commit to that full swing. So we'll see what this one's like as we go through here. Normal lie first. I mean, it's popped out lovely, to be fair. Maybe a tad too much sand. I think that comes from that commitment issue of I've got to make a full swing here. Let's go plugged, see what it's like. I'm going to put a bit more, just going to commit to this, put a bit more speed in it. Oh, dug it. Pops it out. That is the good thing. The pole did not dig into the pile as it's stated there. It just glides through, to be fair. Even when it is a little bit heavy, it's got through and it is popping them out, which you know, is what it's saying on the tin. So I'm not convinced chipping around the green. Bunkers, I would say it's good at getting it up and out of. Let's see what it's like on a full swing. I'm going to hit my 60 degree firstly, which actually now when you put it in behind the golf ball looks like an 8 iron. I'm going to see how far this goes for 3 shots. I'm expecting around about 85, 90 yards, I think my normal carry is with this one. So we'll do that and then we'll see how far it goes with that 72 degree wedge. Let's whip 3 off with this. So I've just hit my lob wedge, 3 shots there. Average carry distance 94 yards. I wouldn't generally even hit that club full out unless it was sort of downwind, a tight pin tucked and I really need to get it stopping quickly. It's more of a club that I'm going to be using for half shots, chipping around the green bunkers, but 94 yards on average. Let's see what this 72 degree wedge can do. I feel like I should be wearing an American football helmet to hit this because it's going to come up very quickly, one feels. First shot, I'm predicting 45 yards. I flushed it. If I run quick enough, I can catch that. 38 yards. I absolutely killed that as well. What was really odd about that shot then, like I say, I felt like I killed it, but you hardly feel the ball on the face because there's so much loft there and it's just sliding straight underneath. You don't feel that connection. It's such a weird impact feeling that. It's like you've sort of, that shot where you swing in the rough and you just glance it and get enough of it. It feels like that, but let's go again. It's a great shot. So it's 95 yards versus a 35 yard average carry. It's great, like full swinging it. It is just funny when you hit it because you don't feel like you've hit it properly. It just goes directly up and goes that minimal distance there. So for me, as a full swing golf club, I would pretty much render it pointless, and that's where that question lies. I know that as time's gone on, we've seen more wedges going in players' bags, and my worry would be that people think, oh, well, this is going to help me get it up in the air quickly. They put another one in, they maybe have 50, 54, 60, and then this 72 degree wedge. What does that affect at the other end of the bag? Does that mean that you go driver, 5 wood straight to a 5 iron and you have a huge gap up there where actually, you know, learning to use maybe a 58 degree or a 60 could probably actually benefit you more and help you get another, you know, a 7 wood, a hybrid in your bag, as opposed to getting this club that at the moment I can only say it would be useful for getting out of bunkers, but then that actual confidence of full swing and a 72 degree wedge plays into it. So the club, the 72 degree wedge, probably the only reason that you would want to buy it is for that flop shot. And we're going to put it to the test now. We're going the Phil Mickelson test. I'm going to flop it over another human being. Will it stand up to it? Will it just make it easy for me? No leading edge, no thins. We're just going to flop it over. Let's see if this 72 degree wedge can get the flop job done. Easy as that. So the 72 degree wedge, yes, it's a little bit of fun and it will get you a little flopper, but for me, I think it would be a wasted space in your golf bag. Try and learn to use a 58 or a 60 when getting out of bunkers, and don't just try and revert to one of these. It's a fun club, but for me, I think you'd be wasting your money if you had one of these in your bag. Guys, hope you've enjoyed it. Click one of the other videos here to see another one of our reviews, and we'll see you very soon.